Comfortable game, man. You was predicting that on the way up. Manchester United 3, Nottingham Forest 0. Where do you want to start with who stood out for you? Because a couple contenders today, man. Comfortable victory.
Clever, Casemiro, composed. We're talking about composure that we need to deliver. Creative as well, classy, concentration as well. There was a moment where he's sliding, but he had to control the slide just to make sure that he doesn't
second goal. Yeah. Varane gets himself in a bad position. Yeah. Gets weights. Yeah. And like you said, who's there to mop up? Casemiro gets us going.
Honestly, I mean, he was holding the midfield line by himself. Even when, like you're saying, to your point, when the Nottingham Forest players are getting through, he's making them recovery runs into the near post and blocking crosses in. That's how much desire it is. Sometimes players allow crosses in and problems happen. He's stopping crosses, tracking back. That's excellent CDM work there. And you could even see from the other two midfielders, Bruno and Eriksen, they were going out wide now because they could trust him to hold down that midfield line for them, and they're causing overloads out wide. I would say he has to be 10 out of 10 performance today, Flex. It was absolutely brilliant from Casemiro. Absolutely fantastic. Like you said before, tries the chip as well. Just confidence from him. I think Bruno even tried a long shot from the halfway line as well at times. That midfield was fantastic. I mean, Eriksen's first half was good as well. Him and Casemiro trying to play those passes through the thirds. A lot of driven passes through the lines on the ground. Just clever little stuff. You can see that those three, that combination, they're really starting to understand.
Eriksen does that a lot, and it's one thing that it's like, if you want to see it, it's like you have to task yourself with going, okay, somebody told me to just watch Eriksen, so let me just watch him for 90 minutes. Especially when you're in the ground. Them little punchy passes left and right foot with the correct weight forward between the lines or out to the wing quickly. He has a little scan, he has a little check, and he just does it quick and crisp. On TV, because they don't lead to a goal or an assist or something, you kind of just forget it happened. But I don't know, maybe it's because I've got a bit of a positive bias towards it. I just love watching him do that, and he did that as well. It's going to go under the radar today because Casemiro was amazing and Rashford was brilliant, Shaw was, but so many candidates. But you're right on the Eriksen front. How impressed were you with the team unit in terms of these games here? Historically, we've been struggling. If your system's not right and your intensity's not right, you can come short here. How impressed were you with the team shape and the tactics to keep on top of Forest, which we did?
Yeah, Ten Hag's tactics were brilliant. Pushes the team up really high up the pitch. At times in the first half, the whole team was in the opposition's half, man. That just speaks volumes of the confidence. That speaks volumes of the confidence. That speaks volumes of the back four. We had 3 fullbacks in that defensive line today, and still Ten Hag managed to make it work. Good combination of back four, good selection. Didn't start Maguire. Maguire was able to come on. He comes on, but Luke Shaw, you got to speak about Luke Shaw. Good reverse pass into Garnacho in the second half. Clean, everything's clean and tidy. Good passing. It was fantastic, but just in terms of that shape, we was looking for them combination passes. I was in the east stand, so it was like if you split the team in split the pitch into thirds, it was the final third. We was trying to get lots of players into the final third, and in those vertical left and right sides of the final third, little combinations in the corners, and then try and get someone out into the opposition's midfield and defensive line and get players through. Rashford dribbling with the ball, breaking lines and doing that as well. And Antony wasn't doing it as much, and I think he was a bit underwhelming today in that regard, and I think he comes off because of that. What
do you think? Do you think anything's up with him, or is it just just time? First 5-6 months here at United.
Well, let's see. We can judge it from the 90 minutes, or we can say overall. I just think this 90 minutes today, didn't break lines enough. We had maybe 2 or 3 counter-attacking opportunities, Flex, where he was the one to make. He had all the options, and he dwells on it. Under-hits the pass to Rashford. Sometimes over-hits the pass to Rashford. Sometimes slows it and it's behind him when it needs to be a bit more in front of him and waited. He has to look after the ball. Times when he had to chase players and hurry players, kind of slips off the pitch and doesn't make the tackles well enough. He didn't have a good game. A couple fancy flicks that he tried that didn't work. Fred's one worked. Casemiro's one's worked. I don't know, he was a bit underwhelming today in this 90 minutes. If we're looking overall how he's come into the team and how he's affected the team, he does look like he has a clear role and a specialist role in the team, but didn't play well today at all.
And then when you see Garnacho coming on in a short space of time, he just offers something different instantly. I mean, so direct, so aggressive on the ball. Offering himself. It's similar to Rashford, just wants to get on behind. I can remember Malacia once deliberated on the ball to Garnacho, and then everyone went, then he got it back again.
Then he got it back. Wicked turn from Garnacho, then sprint off, beat your man, and create something I think it was into Eriksen, and then it was into Eriksen, then Eriksen clips it into Marcel, and then Bruno tries to pass it in the box to somebody else, but just Garnacho gives you just vigor on the ball and excitement. We've got a song for him now. You know, we've replaced Ronaldo and Garnacho goes into the song now. So just looked like it was brilliant football, beautiful football from the team today. And Ten Hag got that structure and the substitutions, adding players in at the right time, giving players rest at the right time. Elanga coming on, obviously Varane sometimes a bit fragile. Maguire comes on. I think Ten Hag made great decisions at the right times.
And just lastly, before I ask you your man of the match, I can't not ask you about Marcus Rashford, because I know you've been a big advocate of him when he's going through his hardest time, and you know, 100% sure he'll be back. Are we starting to see that now? You're starting to see him smiling, starting to see him scoring, taking on players, cutting in, shooting. Are we starting to see, you know, him get back to his best?
Yeah, he's playing. When you're playing with confidence, you love the game, and I'm pretty sure he would be saying something along that if you was to ask him now. He looks like he loves the game right now and enjoying all his football, playing good football. 1v1s, taking on players. That's the biggest sign. When you're confident enough to take this ball and say, I want to change this game, I want to grab this game. He was doing that today, man, and just playing wonderful. I like the way that they set up the set piece for the goal. First time finish. That's a hard technique there. And then he gives an assist when the ball finally does get given to him on the counter attacks, making the right decision. Just making the right decision and being in the right areas. That's a big thing, man, in football.
And who was your man of the match to finish off?
Casemiro. It's got to be Casemiro. There's no other player on that pitch that played anywhere near his level. and Luke Shaw played fantastic. Bruno, you know, was confident at times. Okay, he drifts out the game a little bit when you go out wide, but had to do his humble work in there. Who else played? Eriksen's first half was fantastic.
Wan-Bissaka was good.
Wan-Bissaka carrying the ball from right back, beats his man, then plays a clever pass into Bruno in the midfield, and then Bruno's got the two dynamic runners. Rashford's obviously now in the central area, and then Garnacho left and right. Plays Garnacho in, and then I think
so he was good. But saying Casemiro tops the list.
Tops the list, bro.
Tops the list. Big up, man. Nice one.